Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Wayne Jensen, the creator of the channel, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to nest functions. Specifically, I'm going to demonstrate how to nest the XMATCH function in the index function. So the first thing we need to do is understand how the index function works. So I have an example here where we've got an array of values or data that include the city department, transaction, and install visits of a landscaping company. And so we have a predefined named range called stats, and that is the array that we are dealing with in this particular example. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is understand the index function, and if we click on cell H5 here, we can see that the index function is illustrated. And when you select the index function, you have the option of two different lists of arguments. 90% of the time you're going to use that first list of arguments, and that's what we're doing in this example. So I'm just going to click OK there. The first thing I want to point out here is the description of the index function. So basically it returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersection of a particular row and column in a given range. So the range is the array, and we, as I mentioned, I've already predefined the array as stats, and that's basically this range of cells here. So we could also specify it. If I select it, it's just going to say stats because that's a named range that we've predefined. And then we're going to select row number 9 because we're looking for the city of Smyrna, and Smyrna is in row number 9. Even though it says row 12, in the array it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's the 9th row. And then the 3 is the column number. And so we're looking for the number of transactions in that row. And so that would be column 3. And so the index function will return the value that is in row 9, column 3, which is 1420. Now I'm going to explain the XMATCH function. The XMATCH function we can use to find the row that the Smyrna city is in. And so we can do that by just right here I can start the XMATCH functions, XMATCH, and then I can double click on that once it comes up, and then look at the insert function button here. And so the lookup value that we're looking for is the city of Smyrna, which is in G6, and the lookup array that we're looking for is the column that the city is in, which is A4 through A29. And then we can click OK, and we'll get row 9, which is what we determined before, correct? And then we can also use the XMATCH function. So here I can put equals XMATCH and do the same thing. Double click on that, insert function, and the lookup value this time is going to be the number of transactions label there, and we're going to look for it in the lookup array A4 through D4 because that's where the number of transactions is located. And then we can click OK, and we'll get 3. So now we have an XMATCH function that will give us the row number and an XMATCH function that will give us the column number. So now we can nest those two functions into our index function here, and then we'll get the same result as we did before. So with our cell H6 selected here, we can go up here to the insert function button and open that up again. And now we can go to this row number argument and delete that, and then go up here to the name box and select the XMATCH function. Now if you don't see the XMATCH function in the list there, you can go to the more functions and just type in XMATCH in that search window, and then go and then select it there, and that'll bring up the function arguments list for the XMATCH function. And you'll notice now on our formula bar, the index now has the stats array, which remember is A4 through D29, and that's the named range that we set up previously. And now we're going to use the XMATCH function just like we did before, and the lookup value is going to be the city, so it'll be G6, and the lookup array is going to be A4 through A29, that's where the cities are located. Okay, so I didn't have it on the right. So here we're going to have the lookup value is the city, and then the lookup array is going to be the A4 through A29. And we can then go back to the index function by clicking on the formula bar. We can click on that index function, and that'll bring up the index function back again. And now you'll see that that first XMATCH function is nested in our index function. And we can also put the second one here the same way we did before by going up here to the name box and selecting XMATCH. That'll bring up the XMATCH function arguments task pane, and our lookup value this time is going to be the number of transactions, because that's the column that it'll be in. And our lookup array in this case is going to be the A4 through D4, because that's where that number of transactions is located. Okay, and then we can click OK, and we get the 1420. Now it's important because when we in our XMATCH function, we use this value that's in H5, and so that has to match exactly, the text that's in that has to match what's in C4. Otherwise, the XMATCH function won't be able to find a match. So because we use that, we need to make sure that those match. Okay, and that'll return the 1420. And again, you can look at the XMATCH function by clicking on the insert function here and click OK. And now we can see that the two XMATCH functions are nested in the index function so that we can get the result that we're looking for. And we don't have to know the row number and column number. All we need to do is know what the city is and then what the array is that we're using, which is the stats array that was the named range that we set up earlier. Okay, so now we can see if we change the city in G6 to a different city like Portland, it'll update the number of transactions. So if we change this back to Smyrna, it'll go back to 1420. So, or if I choose Burns, for instance, you can see that it's 1475. So it's Burns 1475. So you know that that's working correctly. So I put together this diagram just to summarize what we just went over. So in this cell H6, we have the index function, and the index function is this box right here. And that has the two nested XMATCH functions, which this XMATCH function is the row number, that's this one here, and then this XMATCH function is the column number. And the first argument in the index function is the array, or the stats array, which is indicated by that red box around that range of cells. And so that's how the nested functions work, and hope that helps. And thanks for watching, guys.